Games happened on Tuesday, November 19th. We had 6 games, and they are all NBA Cup games. The first game is the Celtics finally handed Cavaliers their first loss of the season, 117-120. Well, that's fine for the Cavs. They're 15-1, 14-1, whatever. Donovan Mitchell played 40 minutes, 35 points. Big games, the star players, they tend to shoot a lot more. Too bad Darius Garland goes 3 for 21. That's actually horrific. And the fact that they lost by 3, he just make a few more shots. He just got to go 5 for 21. This could be a different game. 7 assists, a steal, and a block. The counting numbers look okay. And Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley, they both played all right. But again, these two big men on this team, depending on how many blocks they get, they're just not going to have crazy usage. Especially for Mobley, he's just not going to have... He had 21 points here, which is fine. And also Mobley, because he's playing at the power forward position, he's just not going to get as many blocks. That's just what it is. Evan Mobley on the season he's actually been great, 27th ranked player. One big thing is he's shooting 83% from the free throw line. That's huge for him. 9 rebounds, 18 points. Basically, more or less the same from last year, but really improved his free throw. For the Celtics, Jason Tatum, 33 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists, and 2 steals. Again, really, really good for Tatum. Tatum really have a chip on his shoulder this season. It feels like, because he doesn't need to take 22 shots. On the season, he's taking 20 field goals, right? 20 field goals. That is, I guess, 7th, right? I mean, the top one is understandable, Tyrese Maxey, because, all the guys were out. LaMelo, yes. Luka, yes. Giannis, maybe. Anthony Edwards and De'Aaron Fox. But Tatum is the guy, he's got so many other pieces on this team. He doesn't need to take this many shots. Well, I guess Jaylen Brown is also up there. So his usage has been pretty insane. Also added 7 assists. Jaylen Brown, 17 shots, 17 points, 8 assists, and 2 threes. And how about Derrick White? 19 points, 4 threes, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. He's just been so good. Jrue Holiday, interestingly, only played 27 minutes. And they gave the minutes to Peyton Pritchard with 25, 3 threes, 13 points. It's tough to hold Peyton Pritchard when everybody is healthy. If you really need threes, you could have him, right? Because he make a lot of threes, like 3 threes a game or something like that. But elsewise, because Porzingis is going to be back eventually, I think that's also going to hurt his minutes. Al Horford had 20 points and 7 rebounds. Pretty good game. Al Horford, it's fine to roster him. The next game is the Brooklyn Nets beat the Charlotte Hornets 116-115. Not bad. LaMelo, his worst game. And did he... Yeah, he didn't get hurt. He had 4 personal fouls. 12 points, 5 assists, and 3 threes. Brandon Miller went off with 29 points, 5 threes. Brandon Miller has been really good this year. We would think that, okay, 59th ranked player, actually not so good. I think he's been playing really well lately. But not this game. Three steals and a block, 5 threes. Amazing game here for him. Grant Williams started. You could always stream him. And Miles Bridges, is he a must roster? The minutes is great. 21 points and 5 threes. He's just not doing, not the usage, sorry. The minutes is great. The usage is okay. Took 14 shots, but he's not going to be like a top 20 player. More like top 60, 70-ish. He's still very, very efficient. On the season, Miles Bridges is the 92nd ranked player. So I think, he should be a little bit better than that, honestly. He's shooting 42% from the field. And he's only getting 0.6 steals and 0.5 blocks. So when those 3 categories go up, like he can average 16 points, no problem. Maybe like average top 70, 80 type of player, but not top 30. Like he was last year when everybody out. All right, let's go to the next game, the Denver Nuggets. We got to talk about Brooklyn Nets. They got the win. How about Cameron Johnson? 6 threes, 34 points. Try to sell high, right? Dennis Schroeder had 12 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks. And how about Ben Simmons? he really filled it up with 10 points, 5 for 8 from the field, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals and block. But Ben Simmons, he's not getting 30 minutes a night. He's gonna miss a lot of games. If you're pounding threes, I think it's if you're pounding threes or points, he's a good guy to have. But on the season, he's really not getting that many defensive stats either, which should be one of his biggest strengths. Is a lot of steals. But really good game here. Dorian Finney-Smith, they keep starting him the center because Nicholas Claxton is out. I still worry about Claxton's minutes. Every once in a while, they're just gonna mess with his minutes and not start him and start Ben Simmons. Maybe there's some matchups they just want to go with Ben Simmons starting, and when that happens, he's not getting 30 minutes a night. So something to watch out for. And Dennis Schroeder, he's playing well, but sell high, right? Dennis Schroeder, Cameron Johnson, all these guys, if they play well, other than Cam Thomas, I would say really you should try to sell, because who knows, Schroeder could be in complete different situation by the end of the trade deadline. The next game is the Denver Nuggets. Wow, this is a great win for them. They beat the Grizzlies 122-110 with no Jokic. I don't know what's going on with Jokic. I guess he kind of just kept it personal. The Nuggets, they're 8-5. They're still fine. I think in the West, they can be a top 3 teams as the season goes. I can't see that happening. Once Jokic comes back, despite their kind of early season struggles, you could call it. They're still 8-5 at the end of the day. Jamal Murray, great, 27 points. I mean, he was a buy low. Now, after this game, probably window is closing. 27 points, 5 3, 6 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. And I also think Jamal Murray's got a big chip on his shoulder. So in the regular season, I think he wants to show like, hey, he can still put up big numbers. Christian Braun, I think absolutely must roster. 3 steals here, 19 points. Last year when he was getting minutes, he was getting no defensive stats. This year when he started getting those defensive stats. And obviously when you play 30 minutes, you're going to get some points, rebound and stuff. He's 52nd ranked player. Pretty good. 1.4 steals and 0.7 blocks while shooting 55% from the field. Pretty good defensive guy with some rebound and points. 16 points is not, you don't find that many 16-point scorers on the waiver wire. So pretty good. Dario Saric started. Yeah, I think if Jokic continues to be out and he starts, we could look at him. Peyton Watson, yeah, I think with Aaron Gordon out, we could also stream him. And Michael Porter Jr. also had a big game with 24 points, but surprisingly, no threes. And Russell Westbrook, big triple-double with 10 rebounds, 14 assists, 2 steals. Yes, with Jokic out, let's stream him. He's going to have some opportunity. And for the Grizzlies, still no Ja Morant, so Scottie Pippen Jr. still play 25 minutes. Yeah, he's still kind of still a 12-team guy, I think, in category leagues, even he plays just 26 minutes a night. If his minutes drop below 25, then we got to start thinking about it. But this game, in 26 minutes, this is still a must-roster player. 6 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal and a block with 16 points. It's just, he kind of shot 6 for 10 from the free throw line. And Santi Aldama came off the bench now, but he ended up getting the most minutes, so continue rostering him with 11 rebounds and 28 points. Yeah, Desmond goes 1 for 10. What the hell is wrong over there, and had 5 personal fouls versus Denver. And Brandon Clark got the start there. The Grizzlies just have a lot of injuries at the moment, which they always do every single year. They're 8-7. If you're 8-7, you're just 10th in the West, actually. So the West is gonna be another, in terms of the playoff race, it's gonna be a bloodbath. Coming out, the Mavericks and the Clippers are both 8-7. So super competitive. You can't really take your foot off the gas. The next game, well, speaking of Dallas, they destroyed the Pelicans 132-91, so they won 3 straight. That's good. Pelicans, come on, they don't have anybody. So Brandon Boston, Javonte Green, yeah, continue to stream them. And even Jose Alvarado was out. Like, he was a pretty good must-roster player, providing you really good assists and steals. Javonte Green doesn't seem to get assists. So you could stream him, I guess, for points and threes, really. Brandon Boston Jr. is a great player. 10 points and 2 steals and they obviously struggled here as well. All the players, Brandon Ingram, 17 points for pretty empty, and Trey Murphy, I don't think this needs to be said. Trey Murphy is a must roster. 2 threes, 19 points. He can hit a lot of threes. He can get you some defensive stats. The worry is then the worry with him is, everybody comes back, how many minutes he's going to get. He might be in a situation where he only gets 26 minutes, 27, right? Most nights. Some nights maybe not even 27 minutes. But right now, for sure, absolutely must roster. We look at the Mavericks, Luka's numbers just not good. I mean, if you drafted him in third pick or fourth pick, whatever. 26 points, 3 threes, 3 steals and a block. Actually, all those look fine. It's just the volume of rebound and assists has come down quite a bit. Also scoring. He may only averaging like 27, 28 points, which is fine. But the rebound and assists dropped a lot. Kyrie Irving plays just 27 minutes, 7 assists, 18 points, and 4 threes. That's a fine line for Kyrie. Kyrie in category leagues, the reason he's so good, because people are like, why is Kyrie ranked so high in category leagues? Because he's a 9th ranked player. He's averaging 24 points. He's hitting a lot of threes this year, 4.4 threes. 5 assists is okay, 4.4 rebounds, 1.3 steals. But he's shooting 55%. And 85% from the free throw line. So just incredible efficiency for a 24-point scorer who also hit 4.4 threes. Pretty incredible what he's been doing. It just seems in terms of efficiency this season. Daryl Lively, PJ Washington, Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson, look, you could have him in the regular season. But when you get into the playoffs, if you don't need threes, you drop him. The only thing he gives you is threes. And there's so many 3-points. To be honest, there's so many 3-point shooters out there that, it's not too hard to find them. To be honest, there's so many of them on the waiver wire. There's so many guys like Tim Hardaway Jr. could just go off with 8 threes, right? And that just might win you the week. He could hit who knows? If I have a 4-game week, he hit 25 threes. That could completely change the matchup also. So, Klay is... you could have him now, it's fine, but not very high on him. There's just really no upside at all. Whoa, that's a scary pick. The Spurs somehow beat Oklahoma City Thunder. I don't know how. Shai Gilgeous is 32 points, 7 assists, and 3 steals, 5 threes. That's pretty good. Cason Wallace, I think we should also look to stream him. I think in the short term, he seems to be getting a lot of minutes right now. 3 3, 7 assists with 13 points. They started Jalen Williams at the center again, who took 26 shots. This man is he going to be a top 15 player this year? After this game, I mean, he is right up there. He's an 8th ranked player, averaging 21 points, 1.8 threes, 1.8. Obviously because Chet Holmgren is out, right? They really need his maybe his usage goes up a little bit, but he's averaging 2.2 steals. That's also incredibly high. He's a good steals guy, but 2.2. 0.9 blocks, also pretty good. 5, actually is really good. 51% from the field and 80% from the field. Yeah, he's been incredible this year. This is why we love him in fantasy. This is why we draft him. Just super efficient everywhere. Aaron Wiggins, if they have a back-to-back, I guess you could stream him as well. And Lou Dort had a big game actually, so we also want to have him. 2 for 12 is not ideal, but 2 threes, 12 rebounds, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Really good game. And from the Spurs, they didn't even have Victor Wembanyama. Victor Wembanyama seems to be dealing with some sort of some issue. Hopefully it's not too serious. But again, this is the worry with drafting Spurs players is any type of injury, especially with Wemby, they're going to be super careful. Now, it's not too serious. He will be back. But you can get really frustrated if this happens 4 or 5 times throughout the season, which totally could. Instead of missing 1 game, it takes a week. Chris Paul, big game, 11 assists and 4 threes. But again, all the Spurs guys, if they play well, I really try to. Let's say the same thing happened with CP3. He got hurt or whatever. He's going to be out for 2 weeks. And if the Spurs miss the playoffs, if they miss the play, which in this case, most likely, given how competitive West is, as we get to the end of the season, they may just not play Chris Paul. They play Stephon Castle. Even with young guys, I remember they were benching them. Like they might bench Stefan Castle if they have a back-to-back. Like perfectly healthy guys, perfectly healthy 22-year-old. The Spurs also. Well, I guess Popovich is not. I think he was sick or something, so maybe it will be different. But this is what Spurs do. They invented sit out or rest back-to-backs. They started the trend back then. So Popovich, this is his thing. So always extra careful with these guys. Harrison Barnes, 20 points, 8 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block with 3 threes. Not bad. And Julian Champagne had 12 points and 2 threes. All right, move on to the next game. We have the Utah Jazz and the Lakers, 118-124. Great win for the Lakers, but hey, they beat Jazz, which is not to be proud of. Keontae George had a decent game, actually. He shot over 50%, hit 4 threes, 18 points, 6 assists. Totally fine. Colin Sexton played some extra minutes, 32 minutes, 19 points. Colin Sexton and Jordan Clarkson. I like Keontae George over both guys, just because he's a younger guy. I mean, he's probably worse fantasy player, but just higher upside because they should, as we go through the season, they should try to give more minutes to Keontae. He's obviously being bad right now, but I wouldn't drop him right now. John Collins, I would try to sell high because Walker Kessler has been out. So try to sell high. 18 points, 8 rebounds is pretty good. Collins is putting up big numbers, and he's an efficient player, so that really helps his fantasy value. Lauren Markkinen with 25 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 threes, 2 steals. Yeah, Lauren Markkinen is okay. Probably a buy low, but just know these type of players. Wow, never mind. He's 84th ranked player, so you should probably try to buy low. Throw him like top 50 player or something. The concern with him is just the Jazz has nothing to play for, so who knows? They might even trade him. They're in the rebuild phase. For the Lakers, AD with 27. Oh my God, Dalton Knecht. Yeah, we got to pick him up. I don't think there's any question. We got to pick him up. We got to pick him up and just see how things go. Because when Rui Hachimura comes back, well, D'Lo is already coming off the bench, and Cam Reddish is playing the small forward. So, yeah, let's pick him up and see how things go. Well, at the end of the day, what he offers is shooting, maybe some points and some rebounds, and maybe a little bit everything else. But if he's going to get 38 minutes, then he's absolutely must roster. 37 points, 9 threes. Pretty amazing stuff. He does have a lot of hype, and he's kind of proving it. Let's see if JJ Redick continues to feed him minutes. Austin Reeves, 17 points, 3 threes, 5 assists. And the Lakers, I mean, they have this new guy that can drop 30. So LeBron and AD can take a breather. LeBron had 12 assists, yeah, easy work, 26 points, while AD had 26, 14 as well. But Dalton Knecht, let's keep track. And that's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.